June 21st. Get some Major League Baseball going. I'm currently, Mets are on right now. Up 7-0. Top 6. Conforto. Oh, Michael Conforto. That's a rip. Warning track. Michael. Mets finishing off a 3-game set in Cincinnati. Rubber game right now. Hopefully they can win that. This series, Stroman pitching very well. So we are almost a week after the All-Star break into the second half. But I mean, it's almost been broken record type of things with the Yankees and the Mets where they are. I mean, the Mets, they're still in first by 2.5 games. Yanks are in fourth. They're like still both are treading water in their spots. But the Mets, actually, the Yankees, after the All-Star break, COVID bud hit for them. So Aaron Judge, Gio Urshela, Jonathan Loaizaga, big names that they need and are helping them win ball games, out to start the break. We are going to the game tonight. Hopefully, weather holds up. Phillies, Yanks. As much as I never root for the Yankees. It don't matter who they face, but tonight it matters who they face. Phillies are in second place in the East. I need the Yanks to win. They got a big win last night. Gardy homered, Gary homered, Giancarlo homered. 6-4 win. Chapman gave up a home run to McCutchen in that 9th. And then after he gave up the home run, he was like, all right, well, you know what? I fucking have had enough of how bad I've sucked. I'm throwing 6 straight pitches, all for strikes, struck out the next 2 batters. All 3 pitches were 100 miles an hour or better. He literally just said, I can't fucking suck. And blew by 103, 102, 101. Next, 100, 101, 103. Game over. He's like, I can't do this. Because he's been so bad. Him and Chapman and Edwin Diaz have been, the 2 worst relief pitchers since the All-Star game. Not since the All-Star game, in the last month. Chapman with all, the terrible blown saves. The hit for him, it's just been what can you do at this point? Diaz has blown 3 straight saves. But for the Yanks, with all the bad news, having to bring up guys that we've never heard of. I mean, this dude, Ambergy, he got hurt. 2 games in, hurt. And then they had to bring up Ryan Lamar, Rob Brantley. They had to bring Greg Allen up, who has Major League experience. Have they just been stashing Greg Allen in AAA? I feel like he could have been called up way sooner to help this team. Give another threat of speed and good base running and just a smart ball player. I mean, the Yankees have not known how to steal a base, hit a triple like he did last night, tag up in on line drives that a lot of their players definitely wouldn't be able to tag up on. They play a lot of good small ball. I know Odor had a great bunt hit last night. I know it's just it's a bunt hit, cool, but little things. Odor is also another smart guy that they have. So since the break, they won 2 of 3 to the Red Sox. They finally won a game against the Red Sox, so they get 2 of 3 there. They had the off day Monday. Then it was last night today. They beat the Phils. Hopefully they can get another win here. It's very... And they're 7-3 in the last 10 or 8-2, whatever. But it's so minimal in the sense because it's great they're winning games. They're hoping to get around 6 games over 500 again. But it's they're still 7 or 8 games out of first place. And just trying to maintain stability in their pitching and in the lineup to try and score runs every day. While Urshela and while Judge are out. And now Luke Voit got IL'd earlier this week. So Yanks are kind of in in like no man's like flat land. Just keep winning series. And I feel like by next week, trade deadline is the 31st. If the Yanks have, if they win tonight, and that's 3 straight, and then they get another series win, for like over the weekend, like everyone's in the market for the same people. Like, is Cashman really gonna overpay or feel like it's worth any investment to truly bring in someone in terms of the bat? A lefty, like I know Gallo's been out there, but I don't think they got too much swing and miss in the line. They need some contact bats, that could actually help this team. So we'll see that over the weekend. Mets now, they are just even. It's even worse. I gotta be yawning. It's even worse than it was limping to the All-Star game against after they split the 4-game series against Pittsburgh. They lost 2 of 3 to Pittsburgh to open up the second half. Cincinnati now, hopefully they're on the verge of winning 2 out of 3, so that's cool. If they win tonight, they will be 50 and 43, I believe. They'll get to the 50-win mark. They'll still be, a few games up in first place. But DeGrom with the forearm tightness, it's loosening up a bit. I think he is in New York and he's throwing. Carrasco, starting to get there maybe next week. AAA start wasn't great. Peraza IL'd. Even all the guys that they're just hoping to grab some innings pitching or to be that bench guy for them, they're dropping like flies again. Lindor with the oblique that happened in Pittsburgh was bad. Now, that could be a month or two. And that opens up for Steve Cohen for the deadline. Do they want to rent a shortstop? And, do they want to do Trevor Story or Javi Baez instead of going for Chris Bryant? That even if or when, Lindor comes back, if it's a month, if it's 3 weeks, if it's 2 months, and hopefully they're in the same position that they are, that Lindor, does play postseason ball, that you put a Baez or Story just at second base for the remainder, because, Story and Baez, it'd be like a Manny Machado Dodgers scenario there for the last month and a half, 2 months of the regular season, gets to a World Series. They lost, that was the Red Sox one. They lost, but it might be that type of rental just to be like, hey, and it won't, and I don't think it would cost much because of right now. I think Baez might be. I didn't like it at first, just with the swing and miss. He's been on Terry. I think he's batting up to. I think he's almost over 250 again after being in the low 220s last month. I know. A ton of strikeouts. We know we're gonna get with that. But he's another magician in the on the infield. He's a great base runner. He's gonna help them steal some more bases. And he can bop. He's got 60 RBIs this year. He's still driving in runs for that Cubs team. It's not gonna cost you anything. I don't think the Cubs are. Even if they don't trade him, which obviously I think he's going to be gone because Baez wants over $200 million, over $200 million deal. Cubs aren't going to give to him, so they're going to hold on or at least get something. And I think you could really buy Baez low. I don't think you're going to have to really get. You don't have to give up much. I'm wondering. I know there's there's the handful of prospects you don't want, but I think, do you trade Ronnie Mauricio for 2, hopefully 3 months if we're going postseason, 2.5, 3 months of Javi Baez? A lot of there's only a true group of 5 or 6 teams that are going to be true sellers that are going to get rid of players. Twins, maybe Kansas City gets rid of some of their guys, Rangers, Baltimore. I don't know how many actual veterans that they feel they're gonna get any value for. Marlins at some point maybe Starling Marte. I feel that could be a guy that the Yankees should be going after too. And then obviously the Rockies, Trevor Story is going to be the big guy, thinking that you're going to get rid of Diamondbacks. Eduardo Escobar probably going to be gone. Merrill Kelly's been a big pitching name for them to be on his way out. That's saying at some point by next week, and you think with how the last week, like the last, that 10-game losing streak for the Cubs, you think they're going to be sellers. And I think at some point they're going to be like, all right, we're going to go like half in on it, or they're going to fully just go, all right, we're committed to trading Baez, Bryant, Rizzo, maybe Craig Kimbrell. I think Wilson Contreras is like the one core position player that they don't trade. Like, they already traded Jock Peterson. You're not trading Jason Hayward with that contract. I don't think Ian Happ, I don't think he's a guy that goes. Like, you keep guys like Wisdom. Yeah, the Cubs are going to be an interesting thing. They could be making, like, more trades. I don't think they want to package any of these big names together. I know for the Mets, like, it'd be awesome to get, like, Baez and Craig Kimbrell for the back end of the bullpen. But Kimbrell's value alone in one trade is going to get you more prospects back. If you go Baez and Kimbrell, you're going, all right, well, guess what? You're taking Baez off the books. You're taking Kimbrell's money off the books, but Kimbrell's having one of the best seasons he's ever had. So we're going to see. Cubs are going to be active. I think the Twins are going to be active. Diamondbacks are going to be active. Trevor Story is 100% going to be traded at some point. But I feel like that will be like next week's kind of true breakdown. Next Wednesday, we'll really do that. Because Friday's the deadline. I'll give you like top 10 of who's definitely going. Maybe my predictions of where they end up. Pitchers, relievers, offensive players. All right, so let's go Mets. They're winning. Need the Yanks to win. I'm a Yanks fan tonight against the Phillies. We're at the Bronx. We're at the stadium. Maybe a little live vlog. Who knows? Who knows? Let's go Yanks.